I'm happy when I hear such news because I'm very Pan-Africa. Now, Africa really is taking our stand. The soldiers from the foreign country like France, America, Africa is saying we are capable. Our soldiers are capable. Our soldiers are ready to defend our nation. So please send your troops away from our land. Because they are not here to protect the nation but their own interest. They are here to protect their interest. And Africa is enlightened that you can't take us for ride again. Enough is enough. If Côte d'Ivoire is sending the troops out from Côte d'Ivoire, this shows that there's movement in Africa. There's very movement. It's not just cool, this not just, it's a divine visitation. So I'm a teen, she said, maybe we need or more try a swatch. Now, Moma Babo don't pim ewo a baby mem. To say a baby before catch them say, Yasra phone between a boy mobile. In Timonco baby, a move free by. Where's the talk? Monco baby, a move free by. Yanko he. Na Africa, sorry, Ampa.
Now let's turn our attention to Africa, specifically to the Ivory Coast in the west. This country is home to about 29 million people, along with French military bases. But that last part is set to change because the French troops are leaving. Paris has lost its last military base in the country and by proxy, another stronghold in the region. After Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, Chad and Senegal, the French military has been forced to leave the Ivory Coast. What does that mean for France's African ambitions? And why has the Ivory Coast expelled French troops? Our next report tells you.
This is Côte d'Ivoire, or in English, the Ivory Coast. This West African country is a former French colony. It became independent in the year 1960. This year, it decided to kick out French troops from the country. It told the French forces to withdraw and now, the Ivory Coast has finally done it. It has officially taken control of the last remaining French military base in the country, and shut the door on French military ambitions in Africa. But the Ivory Coast insists that it remains a staunch French ally. While the forces will withdraw, some 80 French servicemen will continue to stay in the country. Why? To apparently advise and train the Ivorian military.
France is transforming its presence. France is not disappearing. 80 French soldiers, forming the core of an inter-army military detachment, will become, in a way, part of the French military for disciplinary needs and for training purposes.
This act marks a new stage in the relationship of friendship and strategic cooperation between our two nations.
But this is a major blow to Paris. It has lost yet another stronghold in Africa. After Mali in 2022, Niger and Burkina Faso in 2023, Chad in 2024, Ivory Coast, now, in 2025, and Senegal by the end of this year. Now, French military presence in Africa will soon be limited to only two countries, in Djibouti with 1,500 troops, and Gabon with 350 soldiers. France has been asked to leave more than 70% of African countries where it had troop presence, which is a far cry from its troop station since colonial times. You see, France was once a major colonying power. It maintained stronghold in West and Central Africa. It controlled several countries in the region, and by proxy, millions of African people. But during the 1960s the empire broke up. Though, France maintained its presence in the region, by maintaining control of the military bases. For decades, it stationed thousands of troops across the region, but a few years ago a broader change erupted and transformed the region's engagement with Paris. It started when three countries were hit by military coups: Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. As a string of governments toppled, ruling military juntas replaced them and they started kicking the French troops away. Soon, other former French colonies joined in, with sharp criticism of France. Partially, for political gains, the Ivory Coast is heading to polls this year, in October. While there is no formal decision yet, their president, Alassane Ouattara, has signaled that he wants to run again for a fourth term. So he may be leaning into the anti-France sentiment to rally public opinion. But either way, this is a setback for Paris, which has, for decades now, maintained military bases across Africa to continue its influence over the region. So looks like Paris' colonial pet project in Africa is finally dismantling.
Tuati. Busa was said. Argentina almost Sunday a soldier for Africa. Busa. Why are they here? To protect Africa or what? It's to protect their own interest. Yes. It's because of the gold and the resources they have stolen from Africa. They are not here to, defend Africa, support Africa. You ask them, the guns that they are holding, are they going to use to kill bears or what? Only become no man there. Momo Asrafwa, not much more on say Omegu Africa. Africa ye mobache. Africa ye mobache. Na asidan Kenyankopon say nipa baako pe. Now I used to say revival start with one person. And there is a transformation, not just change. There is a movement in Africa. Africa have seen the need to drive all these soldiers from our land because they are not here for Africa. Sir Ene, Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. Efforts I will say, Momaya Moahasino. On the achieve say Kuabapa and almost send a ship a year soldier for a do mobile. The land of Africa is not for you. It's not for your great-grandfathers. Africa land belongs to us. Leave us alone, please. Take your guns and everything. Don't leave anything for us. Because you don't have any good thing to support Africa. You only take from us. And you have been taking. And now we are telling you, enough is enough. Meti news is here na mi do. Say Africa. Your man Penny and Kuruma Kaya say black man is capable to manage his own affair. And this is the time. You have been deceiving Africa that Africa should wait for a future. When? Now Africa is saying the future is now. We are not looking forward for any tomorrow, but we are standing for our right today. And this is my wish and my prayer that this will affect the whole Africa. Let us spread all around Africa. This liberation. Africa needs our freedom. We don't need anything from you. By the grace of God, we have oil, we have what? And then Africa yendi. Na moshi siya che yese asraf wadonko. Moko anama kekwe. Ene ye buamu mamako. Yeah, so what to kind out. Na okotum crofo man so duru baby I said they are profi esi ya before. Many have some becreti and the racism biao. But Africa is taking our stand now. Africa now you see there be your bread. Now France 40% almost use to Côte d'Ivoire. Say baby on Bejina and Ibrahim Traore ADSC. She say Africa for nyina. Now let me tell you something. The leader may agree with the Western and the Americans, but majority of Africans are saying no. Ubetimene France for any America for a dream, but and I be before nyina say no. It is unprecedented that the whole world, Jamaicans, Black Americans, now are standing with one person because of his faithfulness. And what they can feel, what they can see, and what is happening at Burkina Faso is a divine intervention. And I said, and I'm saying it, and I will say that this movement, nobody can stop it. Mon pack munieme nyina na mon free every coast na mon ko. Ye man bye bye. Mon konon so mon see gold no ko. You should not take any gold along with you. Leave everything for us and leave us alone. Moses siacho. Moses siache. Enti sa oye bibini na oni nkrofo we ebetima apo se. Mama abi bremu yanku animu a. Na enipa ben na woye. Enipa ben na woye. She say nkrofo bi adwen on say Ghana there. Ghana is cool. You know, Ghana is a peaceful country. The ever shaky Ghana ni nyamai. Mukasi ye gold ni ebeje jamamu. And then your president in Sweden who ordinary form. Because when we talk about gold, Ghana is first in Africa. It is a Ghana taking a stand, they say boom. They so you catch America for the America for now omo ehonu. Say omo nkwa e no be hunu ye say Africa enye ehunfuo bi. Africa enye ehunfuo ebi. The continent is not, you say, we are not fearful people. No, we are fearless. And we are taking our stand now. And we want those corrupt leaders to give way, pave way for the youth. Because if I may ask you, what time is this? And then if you are enlightened, give me an answer. It is time for the youth. Huh? Let me take it again. If I may ask you, what time is this? And if you are enlightened, you will answer me. This time is for the youth. They come with vision. They come with enthusiasm. They come with boldness, courage, fearless. Like Ibrahim Traoré. The life of Ibrahim Traoré has been a reflector for the whole continent. And his movement is awakening every them of Africa. Now, take delight, rejoice that this is going on in Africa. Let me run up. There is a fire in Africa. The fire burns in two ways. One for refinery, one burn the corrupt and wicked leaders. Now we are going home with the morning train. The morning train has started at Burkina Faso. The captain is Ibrahim Traoré. The evening train may be too late. The evening train is the old president, the wicked and corrupt leaders. The morning train. The evening train will be too late. Nyame enshira se wanyambre na wo hwe. Ye be ka sem we be chechire wo hwe. Ye be ka sem we be sha odin. Ye be ka sem we be enkrofo mutiri modin na hi nyame nhyira so wanya mrati free Adkwart Studio nyame nhyira obeti enka bi bye bye